the Mizuno Neo Vista. It's a highly rated super trainer that excels in terms of comfort, bounce, and versatility, especially for long runs and steady efforts. Now we have the second iteration that features a new knit upper, a dual density midsole, and improved stability. Look, you guys know that I'm a big fan of the Neo Vista 1, but my question to you guys is the 2 as good as the 1? In today's full review, I head to Melbourne for a launch event with Mizuno and Tempo Journal. I'm also going to be talking everything Neo Vista 2, so how does it feel, how have I been using it, the durability, and why the hell I love it so much.
Next stop, Melbourne.
Yeah, I like this. Look, feeling older and wiser, daddy standing beside her, no cider in my rider still. Her reminder decided I should rhyme with skill. And inside her advice told me I've been chill, but bring fire, Aaron Yeager to flow. You know it's all for the taking. Who knew the boy in the manger could save a boy in the basement? All the scores I've been chasing, really just wanting more. Was very flawed with a placement. Money does have a law, but don't forget God when you get all the things you praying for. Major law, and applause to you if you stay impure. They adore you 1 second, 1 minute you're at the door. Next day it's disarray, cause you're saying things they abhor. The cycle never ends. I'm trying to break the trend though. How I lose friends who never saw the crescendo. Probably lose M's for what I say at the end zone. The one I depend on, really more than a trend, so I'm on some good soil. Elisha with the good oil.
So I've just arrived at the Mizuno event here in Melbourne. It's a crossover between Mizuno and Tempo Journal. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. They've just kitted me out in full Mizuno gear. I've got the hat, got the shirt, and of course I got a fresh pair of Neo Vistas. Here's the man who's running the event.
What's up?
What's up? So I've actually got such a fun morning planned. So firstly, we're just gonna wait for everybody to get here. We're gonna go for a run. We've got Dave, I forget his last name, forgive me, 3-time Olympian, who's gonna be taking us out on a run. He's gonna take us through some drills, some strides, and maybe like a little session, I've heard, which should be really fun. We're coming back, we've got a forum, we're gonna be a nice Q&A with him as well. We're gonna eat some Japanese food and yeah, basically just enjoy the Neo Vista 2, which is already looking like it's gonna be my favorite shoe of 2025.
Look at this. Straight from the Goldie.
Boy, you I'm really different. At 17, spitting 16s, I nearly missed it. Added up, see my Asian wisdom with real conviction. Had enough of the silly games, we really lived this. Trying to show my people the way to a new edition. Out the system, let me say it so explicit. I can scream it loud, but they never listen. My people came on ships, not a blimp. Their families caught a rift. Not a neighbor called auntie is invictive.
But first, of course, we gotta have coffee. Alright, we're going for a run. Apparently there's a workout. Oh, starting to spit. Oh, I'm not used to this Melbourne weather, mate. It's a bit cold. Woo. Need to start running.
How's the shoes?
Oh man, everybody knows I love these shoes now.
Yeah, they're definitely one of my favorites.
They've taken us on what I think is the hilly route. Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't know Melbourne could look like this. Well, I mean, I knew it was going to be raining. But yeah, currently can't feel my hands, but yeah, it's good to be out and about.
Got those weak Brisbane Gold Coast hands, mate.
Dude, yeah, I'm weak. I need gloves. Save money for the
Of course. Go to priorities, man. You gotta get
Alright, yeah, we just come back from a nice run. Geez, tell you what, that was good. Got taught strides, taught how to do drills. Yeah, no, it was pretty epic. And it was raining the whole time, but it was real nice. What did we end up with? Just over 5K for breakfast. How good? Alright, so we've come inside and we've just been given the full Japanese treatment. Amazing. Let me show you guys what we've got here. So we've got a katsu chicken burger, we've got onigiri, yozu scone, and we've got a tuna sando. Unreal.
Welcome to the mukbang. There we go. I'll take that out so I don't fail myself. There we go. What do you reckon? Oh, wow. So good. We're all crouching down. Good? So good. Yeah, I think that's fine.
From a personal standpoint, I've been using it as a sort of a medium long-run shoe, so. Thanks, mate. Thank you, everyone. How's the run?
It was great. Good. Yeah.
Man, that event was such a fun time. Truly in my element there. I just want to say a shout out to Tempo Journal and Mizuno for inviting me and letting me be a part of such an epic event. As a disclaimer guys, Mizuno, they were nice enough to send me this shoe free of charge for the purpose of review. But everything that I say in this video is my own opinion and they won't have any influence on anything that I say, nor will they see this video before it is live on YouTube. Also, I want to add that you should just take my opinion with a pinch of salt. What works really, really well for my foot might not work well for your foot at all. Hence, this is a totally personal review. Best thing you can do is head down to your local running store, try a whole bunch of shoes on, and happy days. All right, so we've seen it in action now, so let's go through some specs. It comes in at 266 grams for a men's US 9. It's got 44.5 millimeters in the heel and 36.5 millimeters in the forefoot, so it's once again a max cushion beast. The upper is snug, it's breathable. I mean, look at all these little holes through here. The fit is really, really good. It's one of the reasons why I loved the Neo Vista 1 so much, and the reason why I'm such a big fan of the Vista. It really molds to your foot and it never seems to stretch or sag. The lockdown is always really good when a shoe has like a booty-like upper that just molds to your foot. You could almost get away with not tying your laces. Another example of this would be maybe the Alpha Fly 3. Like you slide that bad boy on and I honestly think you could almost race a marathon and not even wear laces on the shoes. The new colorway I'm also a big fan of. You know, the previous iteration had not gonna lie, the colorways, they were a little bit whack. Like the all blue, I wasn't the biggest fan of, but who doesn't love an all white shoe with just some lovely purple detailing on there. So there's a Neo Vista 2 here. I just overall really love the way this shoe looks. The sizing though has been a little bit of an issue and I'll explain why. So you may have noticed that I actually have two pairs of the Neo Vista 2s. So this was my first original pair. This was the seeding pair that they sent out. So I guess all of the runfluencers and maybe the athletes pre-launch, pre-release. And it turns out that all of those pairs, they actually were a half size bigger than they stated on the inside of the shoe. So I thought I was getting an 8.5, but it was actually a 9. At the time when I received them, I didn't know that was the case. I just thought that the shoe was running really long. And yeah, to be honest, it was really long in the toes. I had a lot of room and I actually ended up with some blisters just because my foot was rolling around in it so much. But you know, I say all that, but I actually still really enjoyed wearing it and I still put in like, I think almost 200 Ks in that pair of shoes. And then when I got to the event, they had a fresh pair waiting for me where they'd fixed all of the sizing. And I tried on a couple of different shoes. I'm usually an 8.5, but I actually went with an 8 for my new pair. It is a little bit snug, but I actually really like the feeling of that, and it kind of took me back to the Vista 1 where it felt really snug and I thought I was going to have a problem with my toes or my forefoot having dramas because of the tightness, but it ended up being perfect, and that's kind of how it's worked for this one. So with my sizing recommendations, maybe go down half a size if you like it to be a little bit more snug, but ultimately I think your best bet's going to be if you can go and try on the shoe, then yeah, you can't go wrong with that. But if you can only buy it online, I think maybe try go half a size down or just go for your true to size, then you can always just return them. So how does the shoe feel? As you can probably guess, a shoe with a max stack like this, you know it's going to be comfortable. But when you actually try it on for yourself, it's incredible. The base layer is still rocking that NZ Next foam, same as the last version, but the top layer, that's where things get interesting. So they've infused the top layer with nitrogen. And what that actually means is it feels punchier, it's got a bit more pop, bit more spring, and surprisingly, a touch softer underfoot too. So even though it weighs around 250 grams, not once did I think that it felt like a boat or that it felt heavy. It's kind of marshmallowy and it's definitely smoother than the Vista 1. It's got great stability for those longer efforts where you want more cushion but without sinking in too much. Look, you might think that this video is starting to sound a little bit like a Mizuno ad, but look, I can't help but say nice things about a shoe that I generally love to wear. So how do I use it? I find myself using this literally every day, and that's not even a joke. It's a true daily trainer to me because it's just so versatile. Easy days, midweek long runs, even speed days, I find myself putting this on for the warm-ups before my sessions. And let's not forget about the long run, because that's where I think this shoe really gets to show you what it's made of. It's soft enough for the slow stuff, but it provides enough pop for marathon pace. Look, you're probably not pumping out 400 meter reps in this, but if it came down to it, you probably could get it done, but it would be ugly. All right, so let's go into the durability. I can confidently say that these are gonna last you at least 500 miles. I retired my Neo Vista 1s at 1,000 kilometers only because I had to. I didn't really want to. Luckily for me, the Neo Zen presented itself at the perfect time, so it was an easy swap out. My only complaint would be if you were wearing this through summer, then you may have to wash it a few times, because if you're a sweaty Betty like myself, and get really, really sweaty feet, the upper, because it is almost like a sock, it's like a knitted sock, it does tend to get pretty stinky. But that's pretty much my only critique of the shoe. In conclusion, I think the Neo Vista 2 is a really great update, and it pays homage to the Vista 1's marshmallow midsole, while adding more pop and stability. Would you agree? I am a big, big fan once again. Thank you, Mizuno. And once again, shout out to Tempo Journal and Mizuno for inviting me to the launch event over the weekend in Melbourne. I honestly had such a good time, and I'm super grateful. So did you cop a pair of the brand new Neo Vista 2? What did you think? Is it as good as the one? Let me know in the comments below, guys. But that is gonna conclude my full review of the Mizuno Neo Vista 2. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, or consider sharing it to your friends or anybody that you think would enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe as well so you don't miss any of my future shoe review contents. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.